Welcome back, besties. This week I wanted to try to let the color wheel pick my reads for the week. Let's see what it has in store. I think I'm going to pick 3 books. However, this does not mean that I am going to read 3 books. This just means that that's what I'm going to have to choose from for this week. Let's just get started. Let me pull it up because I have nothing open. Let's see what our first book is. Ooh, Scion. Okay, let's look at my TBR card. Let me bring that over. Okay, I do have a whole shelf that is full of books that I have not read, but I think let's do my TBR card as first picks. And if I can't find anything on there, then I will go to this fabulous bookshelf. I feel like I'm between these two. I feel like that matches pretty good with the top of it. And then this matches with the spine. But this is Beautiful Boy by David Sheff. I feel like it's more just a spine and it's like an actual blue. So maybe let's put that back. But for now, I think I might just go with Mary Jane because the top of it is very much the exact same. Like if you see that, it's kind of close. That's going to be our first option. Okay, let's spin again and see what we get. Light green. I don't really have anything on here light green. Maybe the Paradise Problem? I do have some light green up there, but it's like, oh, I can do Normal People. Very light green. And I feel like it matches perfectly with the top of it. So let's do Normal People. Okay, let's spin for our last color. Okay, our last color is a pink. And I think I already have something in mind. Let's do Tampa by Alyssa Nutting. I've heard things and I will leave it at that. Recap, we got Tampa for the color pink. Normal People by Allie Rooney. Normal People by Sally Rooney, which is our light green pick. And Mary Jane by Jessica Anaya Bilal for our cyan color. So let's see what I start first. Okay, so I have officially started Tampa. I am about 70 pages in on chapter 4. One thing that I will say off the bat, long chapters, which I want to say it doesn't bother me, but it does a little. It does. I have been listening to this. This is on Spotify Premium. So I've been listening to this driving to work and coming home. Let me just say, what the fuck? What the fuck did I get myself into? Let me explain. Let's just read the back because I don't think that I could do it justice. I can't. I don't believe so. So this is about Celeste Price, who is 26 years old. She's beautiful. She's smart. She's married to a handsome man with money. What more could she ask for? She just happens to be starting a new job as a junior high school teacher. How fun. Yeah, well, she harbors a dark secret. A very nasty dark secret. She is driven by a singular sexual obsession, and that happens to be 14-year-old boys. Yeah, you heard me right, ladies and gentlemen. That's her obsession. Let's recap. Not only is she beginning her life as a junior high teacher, she's also boy crazy for 14-year-old boys. Excuse me? I think that's all I can say. Because, first of all, disgusting. Second of all, disgusting. And third of all, disgusting. Only 70 pages in, and I can tell you right now, she is demented. She's demented. She's disgusting. She is, yeah, you heard it here, demented. Once again, I think that psychotic, that's another good one. I don't have enough adjectives? Synonyms. I don't have enough synonyms to describe this lady. But I will push through, I guess, because what is getting to me is these are reviews on this book. Impeccably written, full of smart culture observations, and no small amount of wit. A very bold book. Yeah, yeah. Also pedophilia, It's nowhere on here. These are all reviews about this book. Riveting. How about disgusting? Delirious, enjoyable, absolutely shocking book. Yeah, you got that right. Shocking, correct. Gutsy, also correct. Because what the fuck? Smart and biting. She's a pedophile. I'm shocked, but to say the least. Now, will I continue to listen? Yeah, because I'm curious. And it's only 200 pages. So, but I think I'm flabbergasted. I don't usually use such big words, but here I am. I think that's all I have for the moment. Until I get further into this. Finally finished Tampa. I primarily listened to Tampa. Let's talk about it. Although the shock value was there for Tampa, I feel like was there to shock you. It was shock after disgustingness. This is just gross. I understand the concept behind it. I understand portraying a literal pedophile as a woman and trying to break that controversy. Not only men are predators and are harmful not only to children, but women can also be psychopaths and completely disgusting and disturbing. So I understand the aspect of that. I understand what she was trying to do when it comes to that. And her point was made. This is the most vile human being that I have read in a book to date. Being in her thoughts, in her mind, just made you want, literally every time that I would read this afterwards, I just wanted to scrub my brain clean because disgusting. I felt dirty. I felt gross. Emotions that the author was trying to get you to feel, definitely felt them all a little too much. Gross. However, because of just being so grossed out, half of the time I wasn't I read to have fun. And once again, I understand that this is what the author was trying to make you uncomfortable. I get that. But it was just gross, and it just felt like something that you shouldn't be reading. It feels in the wrong hands. It's way too enjoyable, if that makes sense. That's my biggest issue with it. I understand what she was going for. Do I think that she made her point across? Yes. Do I feel like the main character, as disgusting and psycho as she was never redeemed? Thank God. I would have really blown up if she was trying to get redemption for her. So I thank her for that. She did thankfully not try to redeem her or her actions in any way. Give it a 2 stars. I completely understand where she was coming from. I understand what she was going for. I feel like her tone and everything she was trying to convey was there. I just didn't enjoy it. I felt dirty. I felt gross. I feel like there really wasn't any plot. The whole plot was her being a pedophile, and it just grossed me out. I feel like we didn't really get any solution at the end. It just it's just disturbing all the way through for no reason. I feel because I feel in the end, for what? For that? And that's that. It's a 2. I mean, if you've read it, let me know what do you think, because I saw on Goodreads some people really freaking loved it, and gotta say I don't know about that. I understand it, but then at the same time, I don't know. Did you enjoy that? Because if you did, I'm nervous, I don't know. Anyways, our next read is Mary Jane. I think that since they're smaller books, I could get away with actually reading all 3, but we'll see. I can't promise that. I cannot because I suck. Finally finished Mary Jane. I listened to this. I have to say the audiobook for this book is really good. In Mary Jane, we are just following Miss Mary Jane. She is a 14-year-old girl who lives in Baltimore during the 1970s. Now, she did get a job offer to become a nanny for the summer. Now, Mary Jane comes from a very conservative family, a very typical American family in the 1970s. White picket fence, church on Sundays, show tunes. They're very quiet and compliant. And Mary Jane starts babysitting Izzy. She is introduced to a whole new world. Izzy's mom is a stay-at-home mom, and Izzy's dad is a psychiatrist who specializes in addiction and recovery. Since he specializes in addiction and recovery, he has a patient that moves in. Now, this patient happens to be a very famous rock star in the 1970s. And so we're just pretty much following along Mary Jane's journey through the summer and babysitting this kid and being in this household that is nothing like what she comes from. I just want to say that I loved this book. This book was so good. I hate saying that because I feel like I say that a lot, but it was unknowingly, like I did not know, but it has such a found family aspect to it. And it's so nice to see how Mary Jane progresses from the beginning of the book to the end. I believe it is like classified as a historical fiction / coming of age. So easy and nice to read. It was funny at times. Actually, it was really hilarious at times. Just following Mary Jane and seeing what her internal monologue is and the conflicts that she has side, kind of trying to battle with, I love my mom and my home, but I would much rather be at somebody else's house and live in a different family. And I feel like that's a struggle that a lot of teenagers have to this day. It's not even just like a 1970s thing. And it was so nice to have Mary Jane see two sides of different households and see what she was getting from one household and what she wasn't from another. Jessica Blau did it in such a nice way. Like, it was funny. And as an adult reading this, things that Mary Jane would say, and you're like, it's because you don't understand. Or like the situations that would happen and the way that Mary Jane would process them obviously is very different. She's 14. Certain situations, like, you as a reader know like what's going on with like the parents and the adults, as to where Mary Jane's just brand new to this and she's never experienced anybody in her life struggle with addiction, struggle through the things that Izzy's family used to struggle through. So nice. It was cozy. It made me not want to stop reading. Like, when it finished, I was devastated. I felt like I was Mary Jane, and I felt like I had found a new family. I have yet to stop thinking about them. Books that it's like comforting and definitely on the reread pile. It's nice. And I feel like this is a book that I won't ever stop recommending to anyone, because anyone can enjoy this book. It's not like specific to just one group of people. Like, I loved this book. I gave this book a 4.75. Like, absolutely devoured it. I loved the audiobook, and I can't believe more people aren't raving about it, because I feel like this is a very underrated book. Those are all my thoughts on Mary Jane. I am going to stop this video now. So I did get to 2 out of the 3 books that we picked out in this video. And you know what? I feel like it was a 50-50. Maybe I should have chosen Normal People instead of Tampa. But we started off with a book I really didn't so much love. And we ended on a high note, on a book that I think everybody should read at least once. So, you know, A win's a win. At least we liked one of them. A win is a win. Bye.